Hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
I am so excited to talk to these guys. Of course, we know First Baptist Church Woodstock. They are amazing. We've been there several times over the years. Pastor Jeremy Morton and Pastor Cliff Duran. How you guys doing?
We're doing wonderful, Rick. Thanks for having us on today. God bless you, Dan and Rick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. We do want to talk about sounds of the season, but first, we're asking all our guests just a real quick question. Your favorite Christmas movie? Pastor Jeremy, go.
I would say my favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone, but that's because my kids like it, and we let them see every scene, and we don't agree with some of the language.
Yeah.
If I could be secular enough.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just number one, right? Home Alone 1.
That's right.
Yeah. The rest of them were.
Yeah. Pastor Cliff, what about you?
I got to go for Elf. I mean, it's gonna fill our home, several times this month for sure.
Lots of fun. Yeah. Good.
We have traditions in our home. We watch. We have our top 5. We still have teens at home. We watch together, and we just enjoy it. We're just making memories together. We know you guys are as well. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on every year. Of course, First Baptist Church Woodstock do some amazing things, well, all year round, but Christmas time this year, it is Sounds of the Season. Tell us what folks can expect. It's coming up this weekend and next weekend. What's going to happen?
Yeah, so this weekend is it, December 12th and 13th, Saturday and Sunday, both at 6 p.m. You can expect to leave in the Christmas spirit. We're going to fill the room with great familiar songs, a lot of new material as well. They're going to hear from our worship choir and orchestra, along with tons of kids and our kids worship choir. We have dancers involved, incredible production. And so even in this wild year of 2020, we're excited. And this is a free event to the community. And so we're grateful for the big space that the Lord has given us, where we feel like we can offer an event safely like this, even in 2020. And so we're excited just to see folks come out and get into the Christmas spirit with Sounds of the Season.
Now, I understand that some friends of ours, This Hope, are going to be joining you guys as well. Love those guys. And they do some phenomenal Christmas music. Tell how they're going to be involved and what we can expect.
Absolutely. So, This Hope are dear friends of ours, and they all attend here at First Baptist Woodstock. So these guys have been in ministry for 25 years and have done over 4,500 concerts across the world. I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around that. So it's a lot of people know This Hope and know how great they are. Jeremy and I are privileged to know them as friends and to know how plugged in their families are. Several of their family members are on staff here, and these guys are just the real deal. And so to bring them home on their Christmas tour and to have them be a part of what's going on here at First Woodstock, we're elated to have them with us this year.
Awesome.
Love it. Sounds of the Season coming up this weekend. And Pastor Jeremy, I know that Christmas, a lot of folks visit. Of course, 2020 has been a challenge, but you guys are streaming, and I'm assuming folks can watch the event online. But I love the fact that, of course, the musical is going to be amazing, but you also will communicate the gospel in your way and your expectations. What are your expectations this year, you think?
Well, anytime anyone comes to First Baptist Woodstock, they can expect to be loved. They can expect to be accepted for who they are as they are, but they can also expect to hear the gospel. We believe the great news that Jesus Christ loves and saves is the key to Christmas, and is certainly the key to the New Testament. And so we will make the gospel absolutely clear. And as we do each week here at First Baptist Woodstock, we're going to give people a chance to respond. And by God's grace, even in a time of pandemic, hope is still being communicated on a weekly basis. We have people that are responding in the room, in person, as we are providing safe, social distance services on our campus. But also every week we have people respond through the internet and online connectivity. And we're just rejoicing that God's given us these two great options to tell the best story the human race could ever hope to hear. And that's what Christmas is, Christ coming to us.
Yeah. So good.
Boy, and especially this year, what a message that we need is a message of hope after a year that's just been crazy with pandemic and politics and everything that's gone on. Jeremy, how's it been for you this year? I mean, it's hard for pastors to really be able to encourage people in times like this, right?
Well, if it weren't for the Lord, by his grace, encouraging me personally in my own personal devotional time, then I would have nothing to give. But by God's grace, I'm clinging to the gospel that I want to preach. I believe it personally. It's ministering to my own heart. And as it's moved through me, God's using it to minister in our church, in Woodstock, and beyond. Yes, this has been an unusual year. It's been a painful year. So many of our church members have experienced sickness and loss because of the pandemic. We all have. But that's precisely why Cliff and our team are leading this ministry this weekend to provide this incredible Christmas concert. We've had more people thank us for attempting to provide not just hope, but normalcy.
Yeah.
Christmas, people want to sing and they want to be with loved ones and they want to remember the traditions that have guided us. You know, Christmas isn't just hope, but it's light into darkness. That is the story of the gospel, Christ's light coming to the human race. And they want that light even now. And so we are doing everything we can to take every precaution, not just for this concert. We've been doing this since the pandemic. We've been safe since our doors opened by God's grace. But we're especially going to do so with this concert this weekend. And we fully expect God to bless us because we're communicating his word. And we know God always wants us to share his word. That is his will. And so we're excited about it.
Pastor Jeremy Morton and Pastor Cliff Duran there at First Baptist Church in Woodstock. And Cliff, Pastor Jeremy was bragging on his entire team, you guys, before we were live on the air. And my next question was going to be, that I'm thinking that, you know, the congregation with you guys going forward with this, it does give them hope, but two, it gives them confidence that even in the midst of trial, hey, we're still fulfilling what God has called us to do. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep moving. Cliff, talk about the confidence that's instilled in your worship team and the folks that are watching and there in person.
Absolutely. You know, First Woodstock has such a rich heritage of choir and orchestra led worship in our worship center. And so I mentioned the size of our space. You know, we're still able to involve so many people this year, but we're still doing it safely. You'll see chairs spread further apart, even in our choir loft. We're going with the Grammys approach with our orchestra. They're actually distanced in the orchestra room being piped into the worship center. So,
that's cool.
I mean, and so you're going to experience all that. You'll see them playing, you know, on our screens and feel like they're in the room with us. And so we've taken all these great lengths to give people confidence, our volunteers, to show up and serve. But our people are excited about sharing the story. You know, I read Luke 2:11 for the 800th time last night. For unto us is born in the city of David a Savior, who's Christ the Lord. No birth announcement has ever, it's either been, it's a boy, it's a girl, we're having twins. This is the only one that said, we're having a Savior is born. By the way, we've got a child, it's a boy, and also he's the Savior of the world. And so we have so much confidence because of the unique message and the only one that saves. So we're grateful for that.
Now, Cliff, you said, as you said, the orchestra is going to be doing the Grammys thing. I thought maybe they were going to start playing. If Pastor Jeremy went too long, they were going to start playing and drown him out.
He wasn't supposed to know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I ruined the
surprise. Bag with that. Yeah,
it's always the backup plan. They've always got that up the sleeve. Hey, I'm not a long-winded preacher. Anyone that's the truth. That's the truth.
I'll second that. that.
Awesome. Cliff, how has it been? I guess when you're having rehearsals with a bunch of kids, is it been interesting trying to rehearse with a bunch of kids, or have you not had that experience yet?
Fortunately, there's people on our team who have navigated that, and they've learned all separately, split apart, and so they'll come together this week in our final rehearsals, and they'll be spread across the steps of our stage and be in action. And you know, even we did. With our adult choir, 15 weeks of Zoom choir rehearsals. Talk about a journey. And so just to be back in a space together and, you know, people to see familiar faces across the room and hear voices together in the same room. It's been it's been revitalizing. Even our church experiencing our choir being back on Sundays and our orchestra being led in worship by them. It's brought a new energy back to our room that we're so thankful for.
That's awesome. Pastor Jeremy Morton and Pastor Cliff Duran of First Baptist Church Woodstock. You got to check out Sounds of the Season this weekend. You can go, Dan will flash the website there. It's fbcw.org/Christmas. So it's free. Get your tickets, though, because we want you to have your space. And for those that can't make it for some reason, you can watch it online, and it is going to be amazing. Pastor Jeremy, we got to go to a break here in a second, but I would like for you to give us just a quick word for 2021. We're going to make it through this Christmas, and we're going to do well. Let's look ahead. What do you say into your folks, and what can you say to us to give us hope and courage?
We have been surprised by 2020, but the Lord's never been surprised for 1 second since the beginning of time. He's on the throne, and the hope of the gospel is still the message that the world needs. And so we're going to do our part here at First Baptist Woodstock to continue bringing hope. In 2021, we believe our community needs it. We believe our world needs it. So we believe what we have is good news of great joy. Christ has been born for all people. And we look forward to December kicking off a new season for us. And we believe 2021, by God's grace, may be our best year ever. We're weak, but Christ is strong, and we cling to that.
Love it. Pastor Jeremy, Pastor Cliff, First Baptist Church Woodstock. Again, check out Sounds of the Season. That's coming up this weekend. Blessings to you guys. I hope you have a great, obviously you are going to have an amazing event this weekend, but have a blessed Christmas. Get some rest. And we look forward to talking to you after the first of the year. Hey, we'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk.